When you speak to the universe with the understanding of your true nature, a profound shift begins. It's not merely about saying words or setting intentions, it's about realizing that you are part of a grand design, a design in which every thought, every feeling, and every belief shapes reality itself. When you talk to the universe, you're not speaking to something outside yourself. You're speaking to the power within, the infinite presence that listens to you as it resides within you. Imagine for a moment that every thought you think, every desire you hold, is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of the universe. These seeds, however small they seem, carry within the potential to reshape your world. But just like seeds, they need to be nourished by the right conditions. If you want to see a shift, you must nurture these intentions with unwavering faith, with conviction that they will come to pass. You must feel the truth of your desires as if they have already unfolded, for the universe responds to the language of feeling and belief. When you communicate with the universe, you are not pleading or hoping. It is as if you are calling forth that which is already yours. The universe operates on the law of assumption. Whatever you assume to be true, it reflects. This law doesn't differentiate between what you deeply desire and what you fear. It simply brings into form the thoughts you consistently dwell upon. So speak to the universe with the certainty that what you desire is already yours. You speak as if it is already manifested, as if every word is the declaration of a present truth, for in truth it is. The shift starts to happen when you realize that your role is not to fight or chase after things, but to align yourself with the feeling of already having them. Imagine yourself in the life you wish to live, in the joy and freedom of already experiencing your dreams. You feel that sense of peace, that sense of fulfillment. That feeling, that certainty within, is the signal you send out. And as you hold to this inner vision, the universe begins to rearrange itself to reflect it. People, events, and opportunities are drawn into your path, not by force, but by the magnetic power of your alignment. Remember, the universe does not operate in time as we understand it. The moment you speak to it with clarity and belief, it begins to work on your behalf, even if you cannot yet see the results. Trust in this invisible shift, for what you desire is already in motion. Your only task is to stay aligned with it, to nurture it with faith, and to expect it as though it were already here. The universe is always listening, always ready to respond to the truth you declare within. When you talk to the universe, you're not simply throwing wishes into the void, hoping something catches. You're engaging in a dialogue with a force that's inherently connected to you. The universe doesn't operate outside you, and is not separate from you. It exists within you, responding to your innermost beliefs and expectations. This is why the shift only begins when you talk to the universe correctly. It's not about merely asking for what you want, but about realizing that what you ask for, you already possess in some way. Every thought and every feeling you nurture is like a ripple in the cosmic sea, and the universe is constantly adjusting to match the frequency you emit. Now understand this: when you talk to the universe, you're not speaking to some far-off deity or an indifferent cosmos. You're speaking to your own awareness, to the spark of the divine within. Your thoughts and beliefs are the molds into which reality is poured. In truth, the universe is like a mirror, reflecting back the assumptions you hold. If you assume abundance, you will see abundance. If you assume lack, lack will manifest before you. The secret lies in the conviction behind your words, in the way you believe so deeply in the reality of your desires that the universe has no choice but to bring them into form. Consider the incredible power of assumption. When you speak to the universe with a clear heart and a steady mind, you are setting into motion forces that will reshape your reality. But you must be unwavering. Doubt is the great dissolver of dreams. The moment you allow doubt to creep in, you dilute the power of your words. You cannot talk to the universe with one foot in faith and the other in fear. You must be resolute. Just as a seed, when planted, needs consistent warmth and moisture to grow, your desires need the warmth of belief and the nourishment of certainty. Only then will they break through the surface of your life, manifesting as experiences, relationships, and opportunities. Imagine that the universe is an infinite pool of energy, waiting to be molded by your consciousness. This energy is neutral, like clay, and will take any shape that your mind impresses upon it. By talking to the universe in a way that aligns with your true desires, You're impressing the mold of your desired life onto this energy. And when you do this consistently with clarity and intent, this energy begins to take shape. It starts to crystallize into the things and experiences you wish to have. But remember, this process requires patience and persistence. Just as a sculpture is not created with a single strike, your reality is not shaped by a single thought. It is the consistent chisel of belief and feeling that brings your desires into form. Think of your thoughts as magnets, each one drawing to you experiences that match its frequency. When you approach the universe with an attitude of gratitude, abundance, and trust, you're effectively tuning into a higher frequency. You're speaking the language of the universe, a language that doesn't respond to words alone, but to feelings and beliefs. The universe doesn't hear what you say, it feels what you mean. This is why speaking to the universe correctly means embodying the feeling of already having what you desire. It's about feeling the joy, the peace, the fulfillment that would come if your dreams were already realized. And when you do this, the universe has no choice but to mirror these feelings back to you as real experiences. Now, many people wonder why their desires don't manifest despite their best efforts. They speak to the universe, yet they feel nothing shift. This is because they are asking from a place of lack. They say, "I want this," but the underlying feeling is, "I don't have it." The universe, like an echo, simply reflects back this state of lack. To talk to the universe correctly, you must feel as though you already possess what you desire. Your words should be statements of gratitude, not of yearning. You say, "Thank you for this blessing," as if it's already part of your life. Rather than "I wish I had this," when your words align with the feeling of already having, the shift begins. As you learn to talk to the universe in this way, you'll notice subtle changes. Perhaps you'll feel a lightness in your heart, a quiet sense of peace, or a certainty that you can't quite explain. These are the first signs that the shift is occurring. They're small but significant indications that your inner world is beginning to harmonize with your desires. And as this harmony strengthens, the outer world will begin to align as well. People, circumstances, and events will begin to rearrange themselves to match the new frequency you're radiating. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen. The universe is both patient and precise, and it will bring everything to you in perfect timing. Every word you speak to the universe is like a seed you plant in the soil of consciousness. You must water it with faith, nourish it with gratitude, and protect it from the weeds of doubt and fear. Your thoughts and feelings act as the sun and rain that nurture this seed until it grows into a manifestation in your life. But you must be diligent. If you allow negative thoughts or doubts to linger, they will choke the growth of your desires, just as weeds choke the growth of a young plant. To talk to the universe correctly, you must guard your mind vigilantly, nurturing only those thoughts that align with the life you wish to create. When you truly understand this, you'll realize that you're never asking for anything outside of yourself. You're merely drawing out what already exists within. The universe is not a distant force that grants or denies your wishes. It is a reflection of your innermost self. When you speak to it with clarity, conviction, and love, you're not trying to change the outer world, you're transforming your inner state, and the outer world responds in kind. This is why the shift is not something that happens to you, it is something that happens within you. Picture this shift as a gentle awakening. It's as if a dormant part of you is beginning to stir, a part that knows without doubt that you are one with all creation. This part of you doesn't question whether your desires will come to pass, it knows they already have. This is the essence of faith, not a blind hope, but a deep inner knowing that transcends circumstances. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. When you speak to the universe with this kind of faith, you are not merely asking, you are commanding. You are calling forth that which is already yours in spirit. As you cultivate this awareness, you'll begin to notice that talking to the universe becomes as natural as breathing. You won't need to strain or struggle to make your desires known. You'll simply align with them in thought, word, and feeling, and they will flow to you effortlessly. This is the power of living in harmony with the universe. It's not about forcing outcomes or manipulating circumstances. It's about embodying the truth of who you are and allowing that truth to manifest in the physical world. The universe is a perfect reflection of your inner state, and when you talk to it from a place of peace and abundance, it will bring you peace and abundance in return. The beauty of this process is that it frees you from the need to control or predict how things will unfold. You don't have to know the exact path your desires will take to reach you. You simply need to trust that they will. This trust is like a beacon, guiding the universe to bring your desires to you in ways that are beyond your imagination. When you surrender the need for control, you'll open yourself to receive blessings that are greater than anything you could have planned. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, working behind the scenes to align the perfect circumstances, the right people, and the ideal opportunities. All you need to do is stay in alignment with the feeling of already having your desires, and the rest will fall into place. Remember that talking to the universe correctly means aligning not just in words, but in your whole being. It's a state of total acceptance, where you let go of resistance, worry, and fear. You step into a space of pure trust, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. In this space, there is no room for doubt, because you're no longer operating from a place of lack or limitation. You're operating from a place of oneness, a place where you and the universe are one and the same. And from this place, all things are possible. When you reach this level of understanding, you'll find that your desires are no longer about filling a void or proving something to yourself or others. They become expressions of your true essence, reflections of the joy, love, and abundance that already exist within you. Talking to the universe becomes an act of creation, not of need. You're no longer asking for things to complete you, you're calling forth experiences that enhance the wholeness you already feel. This is the essence of true manifestation, where desires flow naturally from a heart that is already full. So speak to the universe with love, with gratitude, and with the knowing that you are worthy of all you desire. Trust that every word, every thought, and every feeling is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. And as you do, you'll find that the shift you seek is not something that happens to you, it's something that unfolds within you, effortlessly, gracefully, and in perfect harmony with the universe itself. As you continue to speak with the universe, realize that this dialogue is the purest form of creation. When you align your inner world, it is as if you're aligning with the very rhythm of life itself, stepping into the flow of divine order. Each word, each intention holds within it a vibration that communicates with this vast intelligence, this unseen force that effortlessly arranges all things to bring about the fulfillment of your desires. The more you commit to this process, the more you will see the profound truth the universe responds to what you are, not just what you say. This means your energy must embody what you wish to experience. If peace is what you desire, cultivate peace within. If you yearn for abundance, adopt an abundant mindset. This is not a superficial exercise, but a deep-rooted change in how you view yourself and the world. To speak to the universe effectively, you must become the vibrational match to your desires. Your beliefs, emotions, and actions all contribute to the frequency you emit, drawing to you everything that resonates on the same wavelength. Like a magnet, you will find yourself pulling into your experience the people, opportunities, and situations that mirror your inner state. There is a powerful truth here: what you focus on expands. When you place your attention on abundance, joy, and gratitude, you expand these qualities within you, and they begin to overflow into your external reality. This is why speaking to the universe is not just about positive words, it is about a genuine, deep-seated shift in consciousness. It is about understanding that you are the creator, and your inner world is the template upon which the universe shapes your reality. This shift begins internally as you consistently bring your mind and heart into alignment with the vision you hold. With each day, each moment you return to this alignment, you are building momentum, strengthening the bond between your inner desires and the outer manifestations that await you. Many of us are conditioned to believe in limitations, in scarcity, and in obstacles. This conditioning is like a fog that obscures the clarity of our true nature, creating a disconnect between us and the universe. But when you speak to the universe with true intent, you are piercing through this fog, re-establishing your connection to the infinite. You are declaring, through every thought and feeling, that you are stepping beyond limitations, beyond the confines of past beliefs. Each time you affirm your desires as a present reality, you weaken the hold of limiting beliefs. The walls of doubt begin to crumble, and you step into the expansive realm where all things are possible. In this state, your relationship with time also shifts. The universe doesn't operate within the constraints of linear time, it responds to the timeless now. So when you speak to the universe, speak from the present. You see and feel your desires as real in this very moment. For the only true time is now. The more you embody this truth, the less you will find yourself waiting, yearning, or longing. Instead, you will live in the fullness of each moment, knowing that what you desire is already on its way, resonating at the same frequency as the love, joy, and peace you cultivate within. As you delve deeper into this process, you may notice synchronicities, small signs, patterns, and occurrences that seem almost too perfect to be coincidences. These are the universe's way of affirming that you are on the right path, that the shift is underway. A random meeting, a chance encounter, a sudden burst of inspiration, these are not random events, but the universe's response to the frequency you are emitting. Pay attention to these signs, for they are gentle reminders that you are indeed co-creating your reality, that the invisible forces are working in your favor. Talking to the universe, then, is not just an act of asking or receiving, but a deep communion with the source of all things. It is a process of attuning yourself to a higher vibration, of aligning your consciousness with the very fabric of existence. And as you do, you will find a profound peace, a knowing that surpasses all doubt. You will come to understand that everything you need, everything you desire, already exists in potential. Your role is simply to bring it forth through the power of focused intention, unwavering belief, and heartfelt gratitude. In this journey, patience becomes your ally. While the shift begins the moment you align with your desires, the timing of their manifestation is in the hands of the divine. Trust in this timing, for the universe knows the exact moment that will bring you the greatest joy, the deepest fulfillment. There is a wisdom in this divine timing, one that often eludes our understanding, but that always serves our highest good. Each delay, each moment of waiting, is not a denial but a preparation, a refinement of your desires so that when they arrive, you are fully ready to receive them. This is the beauty of talking to the universe. It is an invitation to surrender, to let go of the need for control, and to step into a space of total trust. When you release attachment to specific outcomes or timelines, you free yourself from the bondage of fear and doubt. You become like a leaf on the river, flowing with the current, moving effortlessly toward your destination. And as you do, you allow the universe to work its magic, to bring you blessings that exceed your wildest dreams. Remember, too, that talking to the universe is a daily practice. It is a way of living, not a one-time request. Every morning, every night, reaffirm your intentions, nurture your dreams with gratitude, and align your heart with the feeling of already being, doing, and having what you desire. Let your words be a daily testament to the faith you hold within, the unshakable belief that you are worthy, that you are capable, and that the universe is always listening. As this practice becomes a natural part of your life, you will find that you need to ask less and less. Your alignment will become so strong, so consistent, that the universe will respond to your very presence, to the silent power of your being. You will become a living testament to the truth that we are creators, that our inner world is the blueprint of our outer world. And in this state, miracles become a natural occurrence, a reflection of the harmony that exists between you and the universe. Ultimately, to speak to the universe correctly is to come into harmony with yourself. It is to dissolve the barriers between you and the divine, to recognize that the universe is not a separate entity, but an extension of your very being. And as you embrace this unity, you will find that your desires flow to you as effortlessly as water flows to the ocean. You will stand in the center of your life as the creator, the architect of your reality, knowing that you hold within you the power to shape your world in alignment with the highest vision of your soul. When you speak to the universe, there's a deep understanding that emerges, a knowing that ultimately you are not just asking for things to change, you are becoming the change. You are embodying a state of being where the outer reality must align with your inner conviction. The universe does not withhold anything from you, it only mirrors what you truly believe, feel, and expect from within. And this transformation, this shift in perspective, is what opens doors that may have previously felt closed. Imagine yourself as a beacon of light. Every thought you hold, every feeling you embrace, every belief you accept radiates outward, calling back to you experiences that resonate with that energy. The universe is your reflection, responding to this light, rearranging circumstances and unfolding events in ways that align with your intentions. And as you attune yourself more deeply to this truth, you begin to see how powerfully your own state of mind influences every aspect of your experience. It is important, then, to cultivate a deep trust in the unseen. Often the changes are subtle at first, small shifts in how you feel, slight adjustments in your perspective, an increasing sense of peace. Yet these are the beginnings of transformation. They are the whispers of the universe affirming that it is responding, that your desires are in the process of coming to fruition. It's as if the entire cosmos is aligning itself in response to your clarity, to your unwavering belief in the outcome. This journey demands that you let go of resistance, of doubt, and of impatience. These are energies that create static in your communication with the universe. When you worry or fear, you send out signals of separation, of lack, and of distrust. But when you choose faith over fear, love over doubt, you step into a frequency that resonates with the abundance, peace, and joy you wish to see in your life. This is the path of least resistance, where manifestation flows not from force, but from a place of pure alignment. At times it may feel as though the path is unclear or progress is slow. But know this: every step, every moment of trust, every affirmation of belief is laying a foundation. The universe is rearranging itself in ways you cannot yet perceive. Just because you do not see immediate results does not mean that nothing is happening. Often the most profound shifts are taking place beneath the surface, within the invisible realms, where energies are aligning and opportunities are preparing to reveal themselves. Your role is not to control the how or the when, but to hold a vision so pure and so powerful that it becomes a living reality within you. As you do this, you become a magnet, drawing to you the people, circumstances, and resources that are in perfect alignment with this vision. It is as if the universe itself is orchestrating a symphony on your behalf, weaving together the elements of your desire in a way that surpasses anything you could have imagined. In these moments of alignment, the separation between you and the universe dissolves. You realize that you are not merely speaking to the universe, you are the universe expressing itself through your desires, your dreams, and your intentions. This is a sacred connection, a union between your individual consciousness and the infinite intelligence that pervades all things. And in this union you find a profound peace, a certainty that transcends any need for validation or approval from the outside world. This inner shift does not happen overnight, but through a continuous, deliberate practice of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with your highest desires. It is a process of becoming, of stepping into the version of yourself who already lives the life you envision. Each time you choose to see yourself as the creator rather than the victim of your circumstances, you strengthen this alignment, bringing yourself closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. As you deepen in this practice, you will find that your words hold more power, your thoughts carry greater clarity, and your emotions radiate a higher vibration. This is the essence of speaking to the universe correctly, not from a place of need or lack, but from a place of wholeness, of knowing that everything you seek is already within you. The universe is simply waiting for you to recognize this truth, to step into your role as a conscious creator. And as you do, a remarkable transformation occurs. Life becomes a reflection of your inner state, an expression of your deepest truths and highest aspirations. You no longer feel the need to chase or strive. Instead, you attract and allow, knowing that the universe is always responding to the frequency you emit. This is the power of speaking to the universe from a place of love, gratitude, and unwavering faith. There may be moments when doubt creeps in, when the outer world appears unchanged, and the temptation arises to return to old patterns of fear and limitation. In these moments, remember that you are engaged in a process that transcends the visible. Trust that the universe is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events in ways that are beyond your comprehension. Hold fast to your vision, for it is in these times of testing that your faith is strengthened, that your alignment is solidified. This journey requires you to become the embodiment of your desires, to live each day as if the fulfillment is already here. It is not merely about asking for things to change, but about becoming the change itself. This is the art of true manifestation, where the outer world becomes a mirror of your inner transformation. And as you continue to align, to believe, and to trust, you will witness the miraculous unfold in ways that defy all logic. The more you practice, the more effortless it becomes, until speaking to the universe feels as natural as breathing. You will reach a point where your alignment is so strong, your trust so deep, that you no longer need to ask. The universe will know your desires by the frequency you embody, and it will respond accordingly. This is the ultimate state of flow, where you are in constant communion with the divine, creating a life that reflects the highest expression of your soul. In this state, you realize that there is no separation between you and the universe. You are a part of the same creative force, a unique expression of the divine. And as you continue to speak to the universe with clarity, love, and intention, you will find that every desire, every dream, and every vision is simply the universe seeking to express itself through you. This is the profound beauty of aligning with the universe, knowing that you are both the creator and the creation, a co-creator in the infinite dance of life. And as you embrace this truth, you step into a reality where miracles are not the exception but the natural expression of your aligned being. This is the power that lies within you, waiting to be realized, to be embraced, to be spoken into existence. This shift within is the place where you find yourself beyond time, beyond limitation. It is where you understand that your present moment holds all possibilities, that each thought, each emotion, each intention is planting the seeds of your future reality. You are no longer bound by the illusions of waiting or wondering. You are liberated by the realization that in truth, every desired outcome already exists within the infinite tapestry of the universe. By becoming aware of this, you free yourself to experience life in a state of gratitude, knowing that what you seek is already making its way to you. The beauty of this journey lies in recognizing that the universe has been waiting for you to align, to release, to allow. Every doubt you shed, every fear you overcome, every belief you transform into faith becomes a stepping stone toward your vision. You start to understand that everything you perceive as external is a mere reflection of your internal state, and as you shift within, the world around you begins to transform. People respond differently, opportunities flow naturally, and life itself appears to dance to the rhythm of your inner harmony. When you let go of the need to control, to force, to strive, you step into a dance with the universe that is both graceful and powerful. You understand that you do not need to manipulate circumstances to make things happen, because life at its core is orchestrated by a force far greater than our human minds can comprehend. This force, which some call the divine, is always responding, always guiding, always aligning you with the most effortless path to your fulfillment. As you deepen in this understanding, you may find yourself amazed at how naturally things begin to unfold. Seemingly random events will align in ways that serve your highest good, bringing into your life precisely what you need, often before you even realize you need it. This is the universe's way of saying, I am here. I am listening. Trust in me. It is a reminder that you are not alone in your journey, that there is a greater intelligence that moves through all things, and that it is attuned to your innermost desires and intentions. The power of this understanding lies in the simplicity of its truth. You are in a constant, unbreakable communion with the universe. And when you speak to it with clarity and conviction, you activate a process that transcends logic, a process that is driven by a higher order of wisdom. This wisdom sees beyond appearances, beyond obstacles, and beyond limitations, arranging events in ways that you could never predict or plan. Your only task is to align with this wisdom, to hold your vision with unwavering faith, and to trust that the universe is orchestrating every detail to bring your desires into form. This alignment requires patience, a deep-rooted patience that knows the value of allowing. Patience is not passive, it is an active trust in the process, a quiet assurance that the universe is working in ways you may not see but will one day understand. It is the strength to remain centered in your vision, even when the outer world is yet to reflect the changes you desire. For in truth, every moment of patience is a declaration of your belief in the power of your vision, and this belief is what compels the universe to respond. There is a profound peace that comes from this level of trust, a peace that transcends the fluctuations of life, the uncertainties, and the seeming delays. When you rest in this peace, you no longer question whether or not your desires will manifest. You know that they are inevitable, as certain as the rising of the sun. This is not because you have forced the universe into submission, but because you have become one with it, harmonized your inner state with its infinite potential. In this state, you become an open vessel through which the universe expresses its boundless creativity. You realize that your desires are not random whims, but sacred impulses guiding you toward the highest expression of your potential. Every dream, every vision, every goal is a calling from the universe itself, beckoning you to step into a greater version of who you are. And as you respond to this calling with openness and trust, you unlock doors within yourself that lead to new realms of possibility. This is where you understand the power of imagination, the tool that allows you to experience the reality of your desires before they appear in the physical world. Imagination is not a mere escape from reality. It is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the means by which you communicate your desires to the universe. When you visualize, when you feel the emotions of your fulfilled desires, you are creating a vibrational blueprint that the universe responds to. You are, in essence, preparing the space within you for the manifestation of your vision. In this process, there will be moments of silence, of stillness, where it seems as if nothing is happening. Yet it is in these moments that the deepest shifts are taking place. The universe often works in silence, in the spaces between your thoughts, in the pauses between your actions. It is in these quiet moments that the seeds of your desires are taking root, gathering the energy necessary to sprout into reality. Trust these moments, for they are as essential to the manifestation process as the moments of inspired action. There is no need to rush, for the universe knows the perfect timing of all things. It understands when you are ready, when your inner state is aligned, when the conditions are ripe for your desires to unfold. You trust in this timing, even when it differs from your own. Know that every moment is part of a greater plan, a divine orchestration that is working in your favor. This is the essence of speaking to the universe correctly, not by demanding or forcing, but by aligning and trusting. As you continue to walk this path, you will find that the desires you once held so tightly now flow to you with ease. The universe is abundant, generous, and responsive, and it delights in giving to those who understand its language. This language is not one of struggle or striving, but of peace, trust, and alignment. When you speak to the universe in this way, you unlock a flow of blessings that is beyond what you could ever imagine. Life becomes a dance, a joyous unfolding where every step leads you closer to the fulfillment of your highest dreams. And so you no longer need to chase, to force, or to fear. You know that the universe is your partner, your co-creator, and that it is always working to bring you what you desire. This knowing is the foundation of a life lived in harmony, a life where manifestation is not a matter of effort, but of alignment. This is the gift that the universe offers to those who are willing to trust, to believe, and to allow. And as you embrace this gift, you will find that every desire, every dream, every vision is simply the universe expressing itself through you. In the end, remember that you are not separate from the universe. You are an essential part of its vast, intelligent design. Every thought, every intention, every heartbeat is an invitation for the universe to respond in kind. So embrace the power you hold within and speak to the universe with clarity, trust, and unwavering faith. Let go of any need to control and rest in the assurance that what you seek is already yours in spirit, waiting to unfold in its perfect time. Know that with each step you take, with every moment of faith and alignment, the universe hears you, aligns with you, and works tirelessly to bring forth a reality that reflects your innermost desires. You are here to manifest, to experience, to create, and in this divine dance with the universe, everything you dream of is simply waiting for your invitation.
This moment right now is divine. You are not here by accident, not listening to these words by chance. There are no coincidences in the great tapestry of life, only signs, only messages whispered into the depths of your soul. You have prayed, you have waited, and now the sign is before you. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The reality you long for is not in some distant future, it is here, waiting for you to claim it. The world around you may look the same, but do not be deceived by appearances. What is unseen is more real than what is seen. Your desire, your vision, already exists in the unseen, waiting for you to bring it forth. The struggle, the delays, the disappointments, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape you, to prepare you for what is coming. You have endured, and now the moment approaches where the unseen becomes seen, where the promise manifests before your very eyes. Look no longer at lack. Look no longer at struggle. These things do not define you. What defines you is the truth within, the knowing that what you seek is already yours. The door is not locked. It has never been locked. The key was never in the hands of the world. It has always been within you. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. You are not waiting for a breakthrough. It is waiting for you to step into the awareness that it is done. Doubt whispers that it will take time. Faith declares it is already here. The moment you accept that your desire is fulfilled, you step into a new state of being. You walk differently, think differently, speak differently. The world bends to meet you at the level of your belief. This is not theory, this is truth. You have seen glimpses of it before. Small moments where things aligned perfectly, where prayers were answered in ways you never expected. These were signs, reminders that you are never forgotten, never abandoned. Now, the greatest sign of all is before you. Do you feel it? That stirring within your spirit, that deep knowing that something is shifting, that is not imagination, it is confirmation. Everything you have walked through has led to this moment. The struggle is not the end, it is the doorway. You have been refined in the fire, and now you emerge stronger, clearer, ready. The breakthrough you seek is not in the hands of others, not in the opinions of the world. It is not waiting for the right circumstances, the perfect conditions. It is waiting for you. The moment you surrender doubt, the moment you release fear, the moment you say it is done, all of heaven moves to bring it forth. Doors that seem closed forever will open. Paths you never saw before will unfold. And you will know without a shadow of a doubt that this was never about struggle. It was always about faith. This moment is not ordinary, it is sacred. You have been drawn to this message, not by accident, but by divine order. Everything within you has been seeking, longing, pressing forward, believing, and sometimes even doubting. But hear this now, your breakthrough is not far. It is not hidden in the distant future. It is here, in this very moment, waiting for you to awaken to its reality. The signs have been all around you, whispering to you in moments of silence, nudging you in dreams, revealing themselves in ways too perfect to be mere coincidence. And now, this is the confirmation, this is the sign. You have not been forgotten, you have not been abandoned. What you have been seeking is already seeking you. The world may have told you to wait, to be patient, to keep struggling, to accept that things take time. But the truth is, time is an illusion. The only thing that separates you from your breakthrough is your own awareness of it. What you desire, what you have prayed for, what you have cried for in the silent hours of the night is not something that must be earned. It is something that already belongs to you. The door is open, but only faith can walk through it. The mind that is caught in waiting, in longing, in doubting, will always see delay. But the mind that knows, the mind that accepts, the mind that declares it is done, will see it manifest as surely as the sun rises. You have been through much. You have faced struggles that others do not see. You have carried burdens that have tried to break you. But you are still here. You are still standing, and this is not because you are merely surviving, it is because you are being prepared. Every tear you have shed has watered the soil of your future. Every moment of pain has been shaping you, refining you, making you ready for what is coming. You may have thought the delays were setbacks, but they were setups. The moments of waiting were not moments of denial, they were moments of alignment, moments of preparation. Moments where your faith was being strengthened so that you could hold the weight of the blessing that is about to unfold. Feel this truth deep within you now. Everything that has been promised to you is already yours. You are not hoping for it, you are not chasing it, it is already done. The unseen is more real than the seen. The world around you is only a reflection of the beliefs you hold within. What you accept as true in your heart will be made visible before your eyes. And so, if you would dare to shift, if you would dare to rise above the noise of doubt and declare with absolute certainty that your breakthrough is now, then nothing in this world could stand against it. Look at your life not as it is, but as you desire it to be. See yourself already in possession of the blessing. Feel the joy of it. Walk in the confidence of it. Speak as though it is already done, because the moment you do, heaven moves on your behalf. Circumstances shift. People are placed in position. The impossible becomes possible, and what once seemed like a distant dream becomes your living reality. There is no force on earth that can stop what is meant for you. No mistake you have made, no obstacle in your path, no opposition from the world can delay what has already been ordained. The only thing that can delay it is the refusal to believe that it is yours. You do not need to beg for what is already yours. You do not need to struggle for what has already been given. The law of the divine is simple. What you believe, you receive. What you expect, you attract. What you accept, you become. And so, if you would only stand firm, if you would only claim your blessing with unwavering faith, if you would only declare with the authority that has been given to you, "It is mine," then you would see it unfold before your eyes. Fear may try to whisper that it is not possible. The mind may try to reason that it will take time. But faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith does not wait for proof. Faith does not ask for confirmation. Faith knows. And when you know, truly know, deep within your soul, that your breakthrough is now, then nothing in this world can keep it from you. There will always be voices that try to make you doubt. There will always be circumstances that try to shake your faith. But this is where you must stand firm. Do not waver. Do not shrink back. The blessing is not for the one who waits in fear. It is for the one who steps forward in boldness, for the one who refuses to accept anything less than what has already been given. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are not waiting for permission to receive what is yours. It is already done. Look around you now with different eyes. See beyond the temporary. See beyond the struggles. See beyond the delays. What you desire is already present in the unseen. It is already formed. It is already finished. You are not trying to create it. You are only aligning yourself with it. And the way you align is by believing, by declaring, by knowing. There will come a moment when you look back on this time and realize that the waiting was never truly waiting. It was a process of becoming, a process of stepping into the awareness that you were never without, never lacking, never forgotten. And when that moment comes, when the breakthrough appears, when the prayers are answered, when the doors open wide, you will know that it was never about struggle. It was always about faith. It was always about seeing beyond what the eyes can see and believing in the unseen with every fiber of your being. Hold fast now. Stand firm. Do not let go of this knowing. Your breakthrough is not just coming, it is here. It is done. It is yours. Everything is aligning. Even now, forces unseen are moving on your behalf. The shift has already taken place. What was once hidden is being revealed. What once felt far away is now within reach. There is no more waiting, no more delaying, no more wondering if you are worthy. You have always been worthy. The blessing has always been yours. The only thing left for you to do is claim it, to walk in it, to embody the truth that it is already done. The world may try to tell you otherwise. It may show you obstacles, struggles, and delays. It may try to convince you that things are not changing. But you must not look with the eyes of the flesh. You must look with the eyes of faith. What is seen is temporary. What is unseen is eternal. What you hold within your heart is more powerful than anything you can see around you. The circumstances do not define your reality. Your belief does. And if you believe now, if you accept now, if you declare now that your breakthrough is here, then nothing can stop it from unfolding. There is no force strong enough to hold back what is divinely ordained. No circumstance, no person, no past mistake can keep you from what has already been set in motion. The moment you chose faith over fear, the moment you decided to believe in the unseen rather than be swayed by what is in front of you, everything shifted. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but in the realm of the unseen it is already finished. The path has already been cleared. The doors have already been opened. The way has already been made. Hold on to this truth now. Let it sink deep into your spirit. You have come too far to turn back. You have endured too much to give up now. Every challenge, every trial, every delay has only served to make you stronger, to prepare you for the blessing that is unfolding. It was never a punishment. It was never meant to break you. It was meant to mold you, to shape you, to make you ready for what is coming. There is a version of you, a higher version, that already lives in the reality you desire. That version of you is confident, at peace, walking in abundance, surrounded by favor. That version of you does not doubt, does not worry, does not question. That version of you knows. And right now, in this moment, you have the power to step into that version of yourself. You have the power to embody the reality you've been longing for. You do not need to wait for circumstances to change. You must change first. The moment you shift, everything around you shifts. The signs have been everywhere. The confirmations have been coming. Every time you felt a deep knowing, every time you saw a small glimpse of what is possible, every time you felt an unshakable peace in the midst of uncertainty, that was a sign. That was proof that what you desire is not just wishful thinking. It is real. It is meant for you. You must now rise above doubt. You must now silence the thoughts that tell you it is not possible. You must now walk in the fullness of what has already been given, speak it as though it is already done, feel it as though it is already yours, carry yourself with the confidence of someone who already knows that they have received, because the moment you do, the entire universe must respond. Everything must align with the reality you hold in your heart. The breakthrough is not separate from you. It is not something you are trying to reach. It is something that already exists within you, waiting for you to fully accept it. Fear may try to creep in, but fear has no power here. Doubt may try to whisper, but doubt has no authority. The truth is stronger than any illusion. And the truth is, your life is changing even now. Things are shifting even now. The unseen is becoming seen even now. Every moment, every breath, every step you take in faith is bringing you closer to the visible manifestation of what has already been set in motion. You are not waiting for it to happen. It is already happening. Let go of the old. Release the thoughts that no longer serve you. Release the habits that keep you tied to the past. Release the belief that you must struggle to receive what is already yours. The moment you let go, the moment you surrender fully to the knowing that it is done, you will see the evidence unfold before your very eyes. The timing is perfect, the path is clear, everything is working in your favor. You do not need to know how it will happen. That is not your concern. Your only responsibility is to believe, to trust, to walk as if it is already yours, because it is. Everything you have been seeking is seeking you. Everything you have been waiting for has been waiting for you to step into alignment. The moment you match the frequency of your blessing, nothing can stop it from manifesting. Feel the shift now. Feel the peace that comes with knowing it is done. Feel the weight of doubt lifting, the burden of waiting dissolving. You are already there. You are already in the reality you desire. Time is an illusion. The only thing that matters is your belief in this moment. If you would dare to believe fully, to trust completely, to walk in absolute certainty, you would see miracles unfold before your very eyes. You have always been powerful. You have always been divinely guided. Every step, every moment, every experience has led you to this realization. And now you stand on the edge of the greatest breakthrough of your life. The only thing left to do is claim it, embrace it, walk in it. The time is now. The moment is here. It is already done. Every breath you take is a confirmation that life is moving in your favor. Every beat of your heart is proof that the unseen is working on your behalf. You are not separate from the power that creates worlds. You are not separate from the divine intelligence that governs all things. You are one with it. And because you are one with it, there is no struggle, no lack, no delay. Only unfolding, only alignment, only the continuous expression of what has always been yours. What you are seeking is not outside of you. It is not something you must chase. It is something you must allow. It is something you must recognize as already existing within you. There is no distance between you and your breakthrough. There is no separation between you and your desire. The only separation is the illusion that you must wait, that you must strive, that you must prove yourself worthy. But you are already worthy. You were born worthy. The moment you understand this truth, everything shifts. The chains of limitation break. The weight of doubt disappears. The fear of failure vanishes. Because in that moment you realize you were never waiting for a breakthrough. Your breakthrough was waiting for you. Waiting for you to rise above doubt. Waiting for you to release fear. Waiting for you to claim what has always been yours. You do not have to beg for what has already been given. You do not have to plead for what is already yours. You do not have to seek permission for what was destined for you before time began. The universe does not operate in uncertainty. It does not hesitate. It does not second-guess itself. It moves with absolute certainty, with divine precision, with unwavering faith in its own perfection. And because you are one with that power, you must move in the same way. Walk as if you already have it. Speak as if it is already yours. Think as if the reality you desire is the only reality that exists. Because the moment you do, the moment you fully embody that knowing, the outer world has no choice but to conform. It must bend to the truth you hold in your heart. It must reflect the conviction that radiates from within you. The unseen must become seen. The invisible must become visible. The promise must become reality. There is no force strong enough to block what is divinely appointed for you. No obstacle is greater than the power that flows through you. No delay can outlast the certainty of a heart that believes. The only question is, will you believe now? Will you trust now? Will you let go of doubt now? Because the moment you do, everything you have been waiting for will flood into your life as if it had been there all along. There is no need to wait for permission. There is no need to wait for signs. The signs have already been given. Every moment of deep knowing, every whisper of intuition, every moment of peace in the midst of uncertainty has been a sign. Every time you felt a shift in your spirit, every time you caught a glimpse of what is possible, every time you felt an unshakable calm in the middle of the storm, that was a sign. A sign that it is already done, a sign that your breakthrough is not coming, it is here. Do not be distracted by what your eyes see. Do not be swayed by what circumstances suggest. The physical world is nothing more than a reflection of past thoughts, past beliefs, past assumptions. But the moment you change your belief, the moment you shift your assumption, the moment you decide that nothing can stop what is already yours, reality must obey. It has no choice. It is law. You are not a victim of life. You are the creator of your experience. You are not subject to circumstances. Circumstances are subject to you. The moment you take your rightful place as the author of your reality, everything changes. You no longer wait. You no longer hope. You no longer wonder if it will happen. You know. And because you know, it must be so. Feel the power of this truth. Let it wash over you. Let it sink into the deepest part of your being. Let it dissolve every lingering doubt, every old fear, every past hesitation. You are no longer who you were yesterday. You are no longer the person who questioned, who hesitated, who waited for proof before believing. You are now the person who knows, who trusts, who walks in certainty. Your breakthrough is not a distant dream. It is not a wish. It is not a possibility. It is a reality. A reality that already exists, waiting for you to claim it. And the moment you do, the moment you fully step into that truth, nothing can stop it from unfolding. The doors that seemed closed will swing open. The delays that seemed endless will vanish. The path that seemed uncertain will become clear. Because it was never about the external world. It was always about you, your belief, your knowing, your willingness to trust in what cannot yet be seen. You have been prepared for this moment. Everything you have faced, everything you have endured, everything you have overcome has led you to this realization. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was in vain. Every step, every lesson, every challenge was shaping you, refining you, making you ready to receive what has always been yours. You did not come this far to stop now. You did not endure so much just to turn back. The promise has already been fulfilled. The manifestation is already unfolding. The only thing left for you to do is accept it. Speak it now, claim it now, walk in it now, feel it now. Because the moment you do, the moment you truly believe, the world around you will shift in ways you never imagined. What seemed impossible will become inevitable. What seemed far away will become your present reality. What seemed like a dream will become the life you wake up to every single day. You have always been powerful. You have always been divinely favored. You have always been chosen. And now you stand at the threshold of the greatest breakthrough of your life. The only thing left to do is step forward in faith, knowing that it is already done. There is no force in this world that can keep from you what has already been written in your name. No delay is strong enough, no obstacle is large enough, no opposition is powerful enough to stop what has been divinely ordained. The moment you understand this, you no longer beg, you no longer plead, you no longer wait in uncertainty. You step forward in full confidence, knowing that your breakthrough is not a question of if, but when, and even that when is now. Everything that has happened up to this point has not been to harm you, but to prepare you. Every closed door was a divine redirection. Every disappointment was an unseen blessing. Every delay was an act of grace, ensuring that when you walk into your breakthrough, you will be ready to receive it fully, without fear, without hesitation, without doubt. You were never being denied, you were being refined. Your faith was being strengthened, your heart was being expanded, your mind was being renewed. You do not need to ask for what has already been given. You do not need to seek outside of yourself for confirmation of what is already unfolding. The evidence is within you, that deep knowing, that quiet assurance, that inner peace despite what your physical eyes see. That is the greatest sign you will ever receive. You would not have been given the vision if it were not already yours. You would not feel the pull towards something greater if you were not meant to experience it. The desire itself is the confirmation. The world will try to convince you otherwise. It will show you lack, it will show you limitation, it will show you reasons to doubt. But you must look beyond appearances. You must see beyond what is and focus on what is becoming. What you hold in your imagination, what you affirm in your heart, what you embody in your spirit, that is what determines what unfolds in your life. You are not bound by circumstances. You are not subject to statistics. You are not a prisoner of the past. You are a creator, a co-creator with the divine, shaping reality through the power of belief. It does not matter what has not happened yet. It does not matter what others say is possible or impossible. The moment you decide, the moment you step into the fullness of your faith, the unseen forces begin to rearrange themselves in your favor. The doors you thought were closed begin to open. The resources you thought were out of reach begin to appear. The opportunities you thought had passed you by begin to chase you down. Because nothing can resist the power of a mind that is fully convinced. You have waited long enough. You have doubted long enough. You have questioned long enough. Now is the time to trust. Now is the time to walk forward as if everything you have asked for is already here, because in truth it is. The moment you align yourself with the reality you desire, the moment you embody it in thought, in word, in action, in feeling, it must manifest. This is not wishful thinking. This is not a hopeful fantasy. This is law. You were created with the power to call things into existence. You were given the ability to move mountains, not by effort, but by faith. You were born to be limitless, yet you have allowed yourself to believe in limitation. You were born to walk in divine abundance, yet you have settled for lack. But no more. The time for hesitation is over. The time for uncertainty has passed. Now is the moment to stand firm, to plant your feet in the foundation of unwavering belief, to declare with absolute certainty that your breakthrough is here. Do not wait for physical proof before you believe. Do not wait for external validation before you act. Faith is not about seeing first. It is about knowing first. It is about feeling first. It is about becoming first. And when you do, the world has no choice but to catch up. Reality must reflect the conviction you hold. Circumstances must bend to the truth you embody. The unseen must become seen. The formless must be fulfilled. You have already won, you have already conquered, you have already received. The only thing left is for you to wake up to the truth of who you are and claim it. Stand in your power, walk in your authority, move with the certainty of someone who knows that nothing is missing, nothing is lacking, nothing is out of reach. Because when you do, you will realize that your breakthrough was never far away. It was always within you, waiting for you to recognize it, waiting for you to accept it, waiting for you to declare with unwavering faith that it is already done. You are not bound by the limitations of time or space. The truth of who you are transcends these constraints. The universe operates in perfect order, and within this order there is no delay, there is no waiting, there is only divine timing, and divine timing is always right on time. What you have been desiring, what you have been working toward is already in motion. It has already begun to unfold, even if your eyes cannot see it yet. Even if your mind cannot fully comprehend it, know this: it is closer than you think. What you are experiencing right now is not a setback, it is a set-up. A set-up for the greatness that is about to enter your life. All of the challenges, the obstacles, the struggles, they are the divine preparation for the breakthrough you are about to experience. You could not have arrived at this moment without passing through these tests. They were necessary. They were part of the process. They were never meant to break you, but to shape you into the person you are now. Strong, resilient, and ready to step into your power. The universe never sends you anything you are not capable of handling. It may seem hard at times, it may seem overwhelming, but in those moments you are being prepared for something greater. When the pressure is high, it is because you are being forged into something more powerful than you ever thought possible. You are a diamond being formed in the fire. You are a tree with deep roots growing in the storms. The challenges you face are not here to destroy you. They are here to strengthen you, to refine you, to mold you into the version of yourself that is capable of receiving the fullness of the blessings that are coming. Understand that nothing happens by accident. Everything you are going through is part of a larger plan, a divine orchestration that is working for your good. Even when things seem unclear, when it feels like the world is against you, know that everything is happening according to divine order. The forces of the universe are aligning to bring you exactly what you need at the exact right time. It may not come in the way you expect, it may not come in the package you imagined, but it will come. And when it does, it will be exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose and step into the life you have always dreamed of. Do not be discouraged by the time it seems to take. Do not be disheartened by the delays that appear. What you are waiting for is not out there, far off in the distance. It is already here in the unseen, in the energetic realm. It is already taking shape. And the moment you shift your perception, the moment you align your thoughts and feelings with the knowing that your breakthrough is imminent, you will see it materialize before your eyes. The key is to remain steadfast in your faith, no matter what your circumstances may suggest. The moment you give up, the moment you stop believing, is the moment the manifestation slips further away. But if you hold on, if you keep moving forward with the confidence that what you desire is already yours, then the universe will have no choice but to bring it into your physical reality. Your power lies in your ability to believe without seeing, to trust without evidence, to know without proof. This is where your strength is found. The world may try to convince you that you need to see it to believe it, but that is the very opposite of the law of creation. You must first believe it to see it. You must first feel it in your heart and soul before it can ever manifest in your life. Your inner world shapes your outer world. Your character, your own, what you feel, what you believe, what you expect. This is what the universe will deliver to you. When you begin to live with the knowing that your breakthrough is already here, you stop searching for signs. You stop waiting for external confirmation. You stop questioning the process. You trust fully and completely that what you have asked for is already on its way. And the moment you align yourself with that truth, the universe begins to work in your favor. Things start falling into place. Opportunities begin to present themselves. People, resources, and situations that will support you in your journey start to appear out of nowhere. Understand that this is not by chance, this is not a coincidence. This is the law of attraction at work. This is the law of manifestation. This is the power of your thoughts and beliefs shaping your reality. And the more you focus on what you want, on what is already yours, the more it will come to you. But the key is to believe it now, to know it now, to feel it now. You must walk in the faith that your breakthrough is already unfolding. You must speak it as though it is already here. You must act as though it is already done. And when you do, you will begin to see the results in your life. What you seek is already seeking you. What you desire is already desiring you. The universe is conspiring in your favor. And when you recognize this, when you fully embody the belief that everything you need is already on its way, you will begin to attract everything that aligns with your vision. Do not look to your past for evidence of what is to come. Your past is not a reflection of your future. Your past is simply a series of experiences that have led you to this moment. It is what you do now, in this moment, that determines your future. It is your belief in the unseen, your trust in the divine process, that will determine the shape of what is to come. The breakthrough is not a future event. The breakthrough is now. It is happening right now, in this moment. The question is, are you ready to receive it? Are you ready to step into the fullness of your power? Are you ready to claim what is already yours? You have been prepared for this moment. Everything that has come before has been part of the grand plan. The challenges, the victories, the lessons, they have all been preparing you for the greatness that is about to unfold in your life. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not the same person you were a week ago. Every experience has shaped you, has refined you, has made you ready for the breakthrough that is now on its way. Your breakthrough is not just about a new job, a new relationship, a new opportunity. Your breakthrough is about stepping into the full realization of who you are. It is about awakening to your divine potential, to your true power. It is about embracing the truth that you are already whole, already complete, already worthy of every blessing the universe has to offer. And once you step into that truth, once you fully embrace your divine nature, the breakthroughs will come flooding into your life. Not because you have to work for them, not because you have to strive, but because you are now aligned with the energy that attracts them. You are now a magnet for everything you desire. The breakthrough you have been waiting for is not a distant dream, it is already yours. And the moment you believe that, the moment you embody that truth, it will appear in your life in ways you never imagined possible. You will look around and see that everything you have asked for is already here, unfolding before your eyes. And you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that it was always meant to be. You have been prepared, whether you realize it or not, for the moment of your breakthrough. Every experience, every trial, every setback has been part of the greater divine plan. These moments have not been random. They have been necessary to build your resilience, your strength, and your trust. Every seemingly negative situation was not a sign of defeat. It was a lesson that brought you closer to your ultimate victory. Every obstacle was not an enemy to be feared, but a stepping stone that elevated you to new heights. The world will try to tell you that the road to success is difficult, that it is reserved for the lucky or the special. It will show you evidence that life is a struggle, that not everyone gets what they want, but you must ignore that. You must refuse to accept that narrative, because the truth is that you were never meant to struggle indefinitely. You were never meant to wait endlessly for a breakthrough that never comes. The breakthrough is already here. It is within your grasp, and it has always been within you. You see, the key to unlocking your breakthrough lies not in waiting for it to happen, but in becoming the person who is ready for it. It is about shifting your perception. It is about stepping into a new consciousness, a higher way of thinking. When you begin to align yourself with the truth of who you are, a divine being, a co-creator with the universe, everything begins to shift. The world around you responds to your energy. Your thoughts and feelings become magnetic, drawing the people, resources, and opportunities that you need into your life. The breakthrough is not something that happens outside of you. It is not an event that occurs in the physical world and then changes your life. The breakthrough is a shift in consciousness, a deep inner knowing that you are worthy of all the good the universe has to offer. It is the realization that you are not waiting for something to come to you. You are not waiting for permission or for the right circumstances to align. You are the creator of your reality. And when you understand this fully, everything in your life will begin to change. The reason you have not seen the breakthrough yet is because you have been waiting for external circumstances to shift, for things outside of yourself to change. But the moment you decide that you are worthy of your breakthrough, the moment you truly believe that it is already yours, everything begins to shift from within. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, they all begin to align with the reality you are creating. And when this happens, the external world has no choice but to reflect your new inner state. You are constantly creating your reality, whether you are aware of it or not. Every thought, every belief, every feeling that you hold shapes your experiences. The universe does not operate on the basis of what you want. It operates on the basis of what you believe to be true. If you believe that your breakthrough is far off, that it is difficult to attain, that it will take years to manifest, then that is what will show up in your life. But if you choose to believe that your breakthrough is already here, that it is within your reach, that it is happening now, then that is the reality that will materialize. This is the power you hold. It is the power of belief, the power of faith, the power of knowing that what you desire is already on its way. When you shift your focus away from what you don't have and begin to focus on what you already possess, the inner strength, the wisdom, the clarity, the love, the breakthrough you've been waiting for will arrive effortlessly. When you stop seeking validation from others and start trusting your own inner guidance, the doors will open. When you stop trying to figure everything out with your logical mind and start trusting in the process, the universe will conspire in your favor. You are a magnet for your desires. What you focus on, you attract. What you believe, you manifest. And so it is essential that you believe that your breakthrough is coming, that it is already here in some form. The moment you believe it, the moment you accept it, you begin to attract it into your life. This is not just wishful thinking. This is the way the universe works. This is how creation happens. The moment you align your thoughts and beliefs with the reality you desire, you will see evidence of it all around you. You will see signs, synchronicities, opportunities, and people that support your vision. It will feel like everything is falling into place effortlessly. You won't have to chase after things or force them to happen. Everything will begin to flow, and you will step into your breakthrough with ease and grace. It may not happen in the exact way you expect, and it may not arrive in the way you've been hoping for, but it will come. It will always come. The breakthrough is not about the form it takes. It is about the essence of it, the feeling of expansion, the sense of fulfillment, the knowing that you have become who you are meant to be. That is the true breakthrough, and it is already happening within you. You may be wondering how to make this shift in your thinking, how to change your beliefs and align yourself with the truth of your breakthrough. It begins with self-awareness. It begins with understanding that your thoughts are powerful, that your beliefs are shaping your reality every single day. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly believe about yourself, about your future, about the possibilities that lie ahead. Are your beliefs aligned with your dreams, or are they rooted in fear and doubt? If you find that your beliefs are not aligned with what you want, begin to change them. Start by affirming the truth that you are worthy of your breakthrough. Speak it out loud, write it down, feel it in your body. Every time doubt arises, replace it with an affirmation of your power and your worth. Know that you are deserving of every blessing, every opportunity, every dream that you desire. Visualize your breakthrough as if it has already occurred. See it in your mind's eye. Feel the emotions of having already received it. Immerse yourself in the experience of it, and let that feeling become your reality. When you do this, you are creating a new blueprint for your life. You are planting seeds of belief that will eventually manifest in the physical world. The moment you start aligning yourself with the truth that your breakthrough is already here, the universe will begin to rearrange itself in your favor. You will no longer feel like you are chasing after your dreams. Your dreams will begin to chase you. You will become a magnet for the people, situations, and opportunities that are needed to bring your vision to life. Remember, there is no force in this world that can keep you from what is already meant for you. There is no circumstance, no challenge, no setback that can prevent your breakthrough from coming. It is already yours. It is waiting for you to step into it. And the moment you do, the world will open up to you in ways you could never have imagined. Your breakthrough is not a future event. It is a present reality. It is happening now. And when you fully embrace this truth, you will step into a life of limitless possibility. Your breakthrough is not a distant dream or a far-off hope. It is an unfolding reality that begins within you. The moment you truly accept that everything you need, everything you desire, is already aligned and waiting for you, the world around you will begin to shift. You are the creator of your reality, and the universe is responding to the energy you put out. As you let go of doubt and embrace your power, as you choose to believe in the certainty of your breakthrough, it will manifest effortlessly in your life. Know this: the path to your breakthrough is not a path of struggle or uncertainty. It is the path of faith, belief, and alignment with your highest truth. It is already unfolding. The opportunities are arriving. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The question is not whether it will come. It already is. The question is, will you trust in it, believe in it, and step into it with full confidence? Step forward with the certainty that everything you desire is already on its way. Your breakthrough is now. Embrace it. Something is about to happen in your life that you cannot yet see. There is a shift in the atmosphere, a divine realignment that will place you exactly where you are meant to be. You have prayed, you have waited, and you have wondered if God has heard you. But I am here to tell you, something greater is unfolding. You may not feel it yet, but the heavens have already declared it. Everything that has been holding you back is about to break. Chains are about to fall. Doors that were locked shut will suddenly swing open. What you lost will be restored. What was delayed will now accelerate. The enemy thought he had you trapped, but he did not know that God had a plan all along. You must listen closely, because what I am about to share with you is a revelation that will change everything. There are moments in life when you can sense that things cannot stay the same. You can feel the weight of transition pressing upon your spirit, and you know deep down that something must shift. You may have been struggling, questioning, wondering why you have faced so many setbacks. But the Spirit of the Lord is saying to you today, do not mistake the delay for denial. What looked like a closed door was a setup for something greater. What seemed like a loss was actually a divine repositioning. God is about to change everything in your favor, and when He moves, nothing can stop Him. God is never caught off guard. He is not surprised by your circumstances. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Before you ever faced this battle, He had already declared your victory. Before you even cried out for help, He had already written your deliverance. The enemy has been whispering in your ear, telling you that nothing is changing, that you will remain stuck in this season forever. But I came to expose the lie of the enemy today. Your season is shifting. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. What seemed impossible is about to become reality. God has a way of shifting things suddenly. One moment Joseph was in prison, the next he was in the palace. One moment Esther was an orphan, the next she was a queen. One moment David was a shepherd boy, the next he was anointed as king. When God's timing collides with your destiny, Everything changes in an instant. You have been waiting, but now it is time for manifestation. The process may have been painful, but the promise is coming to pass. The tears you cried in secret are about to become testimonies of God's faithfulness. The years the enemy stole from you are about to be restored. You cannot afford to lose hope now. The shift is already in motion. Every challenge you faced was preparing you for what is coming. Every door that closed was leading you to the right one. Every delay was protecting you from something you could not see. The people who walked away, the opportunities that seemed to slip through your fingers, it was all part of a divine orchestration. You have been in a season of testing, but now comes the season of transformation. God is moving behind the scenes, arranging everything according to His perfect will. The weight you have been carrying is about to be lifted. The prayers you have prayed are about to be answered. When God shifts things, He does it completely. He does not do half measures. He does not leave things undone. When He brings you out, He brings you out with power. When He restores beyond what you imagined. Job lost everything, but when God stepped in, he received double for his trouble. The Israelites were slaves for generations, but when God delivered them, they left Egypt with wealth, with miracles, with signs and wonders. God is not just bringing you out, He is bringing you out better. He is bringing you out stronger, wiser, and more anointed than before. The trials you faced were shaping you, refining you like gold in the fire. You had to go through it, but you are coming out different. This is why you must be ready. When God moves, you must be positioned to receive it. You cannot afford to stay in the mindset of your past. You cannot hold on to the pain, the disappointments, the failures. When God opens the door, you must walk through it boldly. When He says it is time, you cannot hesitate. The enemy wants to keep you bound to the past, but God is calling you forward. You cannot embrace the new while still clinging to the old. There is a fresh wind blowing, a fresh anointing being poured out. You must step into it with faith, knowing that what is ahead is greater than what is behind. God is aligning things in your favor. The connections you need, the resources you have been waiting for, the opportunities that seemed out of reach, everything is falling into place. Heaven has already released it. Now you must walk in obedience. Now you must believe that God is who He says He is. He is the God who makes a way where there is no way. He is the God who speaks and it is done. He is the God who turns mourning into dancing, sorrow into joy, ashes into beauty. Do not let fear hold you back. Do not let doubt rob you of what God has for you. You have been in the waiting room, but now the door is opening. You have been in the wilderness, but now the promised land is ahead. The shift is happening, and you are about to see it unfold before your eyes. Keep your faith strong, keep your heart ready, keep your spirit expectant, because God is about to change everything for you. God's timing is never off. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, He is still at work. Every delay has been for a purpose. Every setback was setting you up for a comeback. The enemy tried to convince you that your situation would never change, that you would always struggle, that you would never see the fulfillment of God's promises. But the enemy is a liar. God is not finished with you yet. What He started in your life, He will complete. The shift that is coming is not based on your strength, your ability, or your efforts. It is based on God's faithfulness. His word does not return void. What He has spoken over your life will come to pass. No enemy, no obstacle, no circumstance can stop what God has ordained for you. You may have felt overlooked, forgotten, or left behind, but God has had His eyes on you the whole time. He has been preparing you in the hidden place, molding you, refining you, strengthening you. When He brings you into your next season, you will see that every tear, every trial, every delay was worth it. You will understand why certain doors had to close, why certain relationships had to end, why certain opportunities did not work out. God was protecting you from what would have hindered your destiny. Sometimes God allows us to go through seasons of silence so that we can learn to hear His voice more clearly. The waiting season is not wasted. It is where your faith is strengthened, where your character is developed, where your trust in God is deepened. It is in the waiting that you learn to rely on Him, to depend on His strength and not your own. The enemy wants to make you believe that nothing is changing, that your prayers are not being heard. But do not be deceived. God is moving even when you cannot see it. Just as a seed grows beneath the soil before it breaks through the surface, your breakthrough is growing beneath the surface of your life. You may not see the evidence yet, but the roots are growing deep. And when the time is right, you will see the manifestation of everything God has promised. This shift that is coming will not be subtle. It will be undeniable. People around you will see the hand of God on your life. They will see the transformation and know that it was not by your own strength, but by the power of God. The doors that are about to open will be doors that no man can shut. The favor that is about to be released will be beyond anything you have experienced before. But with this shift comes a responsibility. You cannot step into the new season with the mindset of the old season. You must let go of fear, doubt, and insecurity. You must align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with what God is doing. Do not speak words of defeat when God is declaring victory. Do not allow the enemy to fill your mind with lies when God has spoken truth over you. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to your breakthrough. Even when you cannot see the outcome, you must believe that God is working all things together for your good. Faith is not based on what you see, it is based on who God is, and He is faithful. He is the God who parted the Red Sea, who brought water from a rock, who fed thousands with a few loaves and fish. He is the same God who raised Lazarus from the dead, who healed the blind, who calmed the storm with a single word. That same power is at work in your life right now. What seems impossible to you is possible with God. The situation that looks hopeless is about to turn around. The mountain that seems immovable is about to be moved. But you must hold on to your faith and not let go. The enemy will try to distract you, to discourage you, to make you doubt what God has spoken. But you must stand firm. You must refuse to be moved by what you see or feel. Your circumstances may say one thing, but God's word says another, and His word is the final authority. Do not allow fear to paralyze you. Fear is a tool of the enemy, designed to keep you from stepping into what God has for you. But God has not given you a spirit of fear. He has given you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. When fear whispers that you cannot do it, remind yourself that God is with you. When doubt tries to creep in, declare that God is faithful. When the enemy says you are not enough, remember that God has equipped you with everything you need. The shift that is coming will require you to walk by faith, to step out of your comfort zone, to trust God even when you do not understand. It may not happen the way you expect, but it will happen in the way that is best for you. God sees the full picture. He knows what you need and when you need it. What you think is a delay is actually God's protection and preparation. He is aligning the right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances. And when the time is right, everything will come together in a way that only He can orchestrate. But you must be ready. You must prepare your heart and mind for what is coming. Begin to speak life over your situation. Declare God's promises over your life. Speak words of faith, not words of fear. Thank God in advance for what He is about to do. Worship Him not just for what He has done, but for what He is about to do. Your praise is a weapon. It confuses the enemy and opens the door for God to move. Even when you do not see the evidence, praise Him. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, praise Him. Your praise is a declaration of faith that says, God, I trust you even when I do not understand. I believe you are working even when I cannot see it. Do not allow the enemy to steal your joy. Joy is not based on your circumstances. It is based on your relationship with God. The joy of the Lord is your strength. When you choose joy in the midst of difficulty, you are declaring that your trust is in God, not in your situation. When you choose to rejoice even when things are hard, you are showing the enemy that he cannot steal your peace. And that kind of faith moves mountains. The shift that is coming will not only change your circumstances, it will change you. God is not just interested in giving you blessings, He is interested in transforming you into the person He created you to be. The trials you faced were not meant to break you, they were meant to build you. The pressure you felt was shaping you, molding you, refining you. You are stronger than you think. You are wiser than you were before, and now you are ready for what God has prepared for you. Do not allow the mistakes of your past to hold you back. God's grace is greater than your failures. His mercy is new every morning. He is not holding your past against you. He is calling you into your future. When this shift happens, you will look back and see how God's hand was guiding you the whole time. You will see how every detour was actually leading you to the right place. You will understand why certain things had to happen the way they did. What once seemed like a setback will be revealed as a setup. What once felt like a delay will be seen as God's perfect timing. And you will know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that God is faithful. But you must stay focused. The enemy will try to distract you right before your breakthrough. He will try to make you give up right before the shift happens. Do not fall for his lies. Stand firm in your faith. Keep your eyes on Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. He is leading you into a season of abundance, a season of restoration, a season of divine favor. The shift is already happening. Heaven is moving on your behalf. The prayers you prayed in secret are being answered. The tears you cried are being turned into joy. Get ready, because what God is about to do will exceed your expectations. There are moments in life when the weight of waiting feels unbearable. You've prayed, you've believed, and still nothing seems to change. But understand this, the waiting season is where God does His greatest work within you. It's where your faith is tested, your character is refined, and your trust is solidified. God is never late. His timing is always perfect. When the appointed time arrives, nothing can delay what He has ordained. The shift that is coming will not only change your situation, it will transform your perspective. You will begin to see things differently. What once seemed like obstacles will become opportunities. What once felt like setbacks will be recognized as setups for something greater. God is aligning everything according to His divine plan, and when the moment of manifestation arrives, it will happen suddenly, without warning, and beyond anything you could have imagined. The enemy has tried to convince you that your time has passed, that you've missed your opportunity, that it's too late for things to change. But God's word declares otherwise. Isaiah 60:20 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." God is not bound by human limitations. What seems impossible to man is possible with God. He can accelerate time, restore what was lost, and open doors that no one can shut. The key is to remain steadfast in your faith, even when you cannot see the evidence of change. Faith is believing that God is at work, even when everything around you says otherwise. It's trusting that His promises are true, even when your circumstances seem to contradict them. And it's holding on to His word, knowing that what He has spoken over your life will come to pass. This shift will require you to let go of the past. You cannot step into the new season if you are still holding on to old mindsets, old habits, and old fears. The enemy wants to keep you trapped in a cycle of doubt and defeat, but God is calling you to rise above it. He is calling you to walk in the authority and confidence that comes from knowing who you are in Christ. You are not defined by your past failures or mistakes. You are not limited by your current circumstances. You are a child of God, created for a purpose, destined for greatness. The shift that is coming is not just about what God is going to do for you, it's about what He is going to do through you. He is positioning you to be a blessing to others, to be a light in the darkness. The enemy knows that his time is short, which is why he is working overtime to discourage you, distract you, and derail your destiny. But greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. The enemy may have tried to stop you, but he cannot stop the plans of God. What God has ordained for your life will come to pass, and no force of darkness can stand against it. The key is to stay aligned with God's will, spend time in His presence, seek His guidance, and obey His instructions. Sometimes the shift requires you to step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith. It may not make sense in the natural, but God's ways are higher than our ways. Trust that He knows what He is doing, even when you don't understand. This is not the time to shrink back in fear or doubt. This is the time to rise up in faith and declare God's promises over your life. Speak life over your situation. Declare that God is opening doors, making a way where there seems to be no way, and bringing restoration to every area of your life. Your words have power. Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Speak words of faith, hope, and victory. Do not allow the enemy to fill your mind with negative thoughts. When doubt tries to creep in, counter it with God's word. When fear tries to take hold, remind yourself that God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And when the enemy whispers that nothing will ever change, declare that God is doing a new thing, and you are about to see it spring forth. God is looking for people who will believe Him even when they cannot see the evidence. Hebrews 11:01 says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Faith is what activates the power of God in your life. It is the key that unlocks the door to your breakthrough. But faith requires action. You cannot just sit back and wait for things to change. You must step out in obedience to what God has called you to do. Even when it doesn't make sense, even when it feels uncomfortable, trust that God is leading you to something greater. Sometimes the greatest blessings are on the other side of your comfort zone. Don't let fear hold you back. Step out in faith and watch what God will do. There will be moments when the enemy tries to convince you that you are not worthy of God's blessings. He will remind you of your past mistakes and failures, trying to make you believe that you don't deserve what God has for you. But the blood of Jesus has washed you clean. You are forgiven, redeemed, and made new. God is not holding your past against you. He is calling you into your future. Isaiah 43:18 and 19 says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Let go of the guilt, the shame, and the regrets of yesterday. They have no place in the new season that God is bringing you into." The shift that is coming will not only change your circumstances, it will change your identity. You will no longer see yourself through the lens of your past or your failures. You will see yourself as God sees you, chosen, loved, and empowered by His Spirit. You will walk with a new confidence, knowing that the God who created the universe is on your side, and when you walk in that confidence, nothing can stop you. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will crumble before you, the mountains that once stood in your way will be moved, and the doors that once seemed closed will swing open wide. But with this shift comes a responsibility. God is not blessing you just for your own benefit. He is blessing you so that you can be a blessing to others. Genesis 12:02 says, "I will bless you and you will be a blessing." When God opens the doors of opportunity, use them to glorify Him. When He provides financial blessings, use them to help those in need. When He brings restoration to your relationships, use your testimony to encourage others. The blessings of God are not meant to be hoarded. They are meant to flow through you to impact the world around you. This is why the enemy fights so hard to keep you stuck in fear and doubt. He knows that when you step into the fullness of what God has for you, you become a threat to His kingdom. But the enemy's attacks are no match for the power of God. Romans 8:31 says, "If God is for us, who can be against us? No weapon formed against you will prosper. No obstacle can stand in the way of what God has ordained." Your victory is already secured, but you must walk in that victory. Do not allow the enemy to steal your joy, your peace, or your faith. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus and keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles you face. As you step into this new season, be prepared for opposition. Whenever God is about to do something great, the enemy will try to bring distractions and discouragement. But do not be shaken. The opposition is a sign that you are on the brink of breakthrough. The enemy would not be fighting you so hard if you were not about to step into something significant. Stand firm in your faith and do not be moved. Psalm 46, 1:2 says, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear. No matter what comes your way, know that God is with you and He will see you through. The shift that is coming is not something you can force or manufacture. It is something that only God can do. But your role is to stay aligned with His will, to walk in obedience, and to keep your faith strong. Trust that He is working behind the scenes, arranging everything according to His perfect plan. And when the time is right, everything will fall into place. What once seemed impossible will become your reality. The dreams that seemed out of reach will suddenly be within your grasp. The prayers that you thought had gone unanswered will be answered in ways that exceed your expectations. And through it all, you will know that it was not by your own strength, but by the power of God. The shift that is coming will not only change your situation, but it will also change the way you see yourself and the way others see you. People who once doubted you will be astonished by what God does in your life. Those who overlooked you will have no choice but to acknowledge the hand of God upon you. But remember, this shift is not about gaining the approval of others. It is about stepping into the fullness of God's purpose for your life. You are not defined by the opinions of people. You are defined by the Word of God. And His Word declares that you are chosen, called, and set apart for His glory. There will be moments when the enemy tries to fill your mind with fear and doubt, whispering that you are not qualified or capable of stepping into what God has prepared for you. But do not listen to those lies. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. When He places a dream in your heart, He also gives you the gifts, talents, and resources needed to fulfill it. You may not see how it will all come together, but that is where faith comes in. Faith is trusting that God has already gone before you and made a way, even when you cannot see it. Faith is believing that what God has spoken will come to pass, no matter how impossible it may seem. This shift will require you to walk by faith and not by sight. There will be times when the path ahead is unclear, and you will have to trust God even when you cannot see the next step. But know this: God is leading you to something greater than you can imagine. His plans for you are good, and His timing is perfect. What may feel like a delay is actually God's way of preparing you for what is to come. Every challenge you have faced, every obstacle you have overcome, and every lesson you have learned has been preparing you for this moment. Nothing has been wasted. Even the seasons of pain and disappointment have served a purpose. Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. God is about to open doors that no one can shut. These doors will lead to opportunities that you never thought possible. But with these opportunities comes a responsibility to walk in obedience and humility. Do not allow pride or complacency to take root in your heart. Remember that everything you have is a gift from God, and it is to be used for His glory. Stay grounded in His Word and remain sensitive to the leading of the Holy Spirit. When God opens a door, walk through it with confidence, knowing that He has gone before you to prepare the way. But also be prepared for opposition. Whenever God is about to do something great in your life, the enemy will try to bring fear, doubt, and distraction. Do not be swayed by these attacks. Stand firm in your faith and declare the promises of God over your life. No weapon formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment will be condemned. There will be moments when you feel unworthy of the blessings that God is bringing into your life. The enemy will try to remind you of your past mistakes and failures, hoping to keep you trapped in guilt and shame. But remember, you have been redeemed by the blood of Jesus. Your past does not define you. God's grace does. 2 Corinthians 5:17 declares, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. All things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new." Do not allow the enemy to hold you back with the weight of yesterday. Walk in the freedom and confidence that comes from knowing you are forgiven and made new. The shift that is coming is not based on your perfection. It is based on God's grace and His perfect plan for your life. As this shift begins to unfold, be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. Not everyone will understand what God is doing in your life. Some may question your decisions or doubt your ability to succeed. Others may try to discourage you or hold you back out of jealousy or fear. But do not allow their negativity to derail your progress. Surround yourself with people who speak life, encourage your faith, and believe in the vision God has placed in your heart. Proverbs 13:20 reminds us, "He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed." Choose your relationships wisely, and do not be afraid to distance yourself from those who do not support the path God has called you to walk. This shift will also require you to let go of any fear or doubt that is holding you back. Fear is one of the enemy's most powerful weapons, but it has no place in the life of a believer. 2 Timothy 1:7 declares, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Fear may try to creep in when you step into the unknown, but remember that God is with you every step of the way. He has promised never to leave you nor forsake you. When fear tries to paralyze you, speak God's word over your situation. Declare that you are more than a conqueror through Christ who loves you, and that nothing is impossible with God. Faith is the key that will unlock the doors of opportunity in this new season. But faith without action is dead. You cannot simply wait for things to change. You must step out in obedience and do what God has called you to do, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it doesn't make sense. Trust that God is leading you to something greater. The Israelites had to step into the Jordan River before the waters parted. Peter had to step out of the boat before he could walk on water. Sometimes the greatest miracles happen when you take a step of faith, even when you cannot see the outcome. Trust that God will meet you in that place of faith and provide everything you need to move forward. As you step into this new season, do not be surprised if you face opposition. Whenever God is about to do something great, the enemy will try to stop it. But do not be discouraged. The opposition is a sign that you are on the right path. If you were not a threat to the enemy, he would not be trying so hard to stop you. But no matter what obstacles you face, know that God is fighting for you. Exodus 14:14 declares, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." You do not have to fight every battle on your own. God is your defender, and he will make a way where there seems to be no way. This shift will not only impact your life, it will also impact the lives of those around you. When God blesses you, it is so that you can be a blessing to others. Genesis 12:02 says, "I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing." The blessings God is about to release into your life are not meant to be hoarded. They are meant to flow through you to impact the world around you. Whether it is financial provision, spiritual gifts, or opportunities for influence, use what God has given you to advance his kingdom and bring glory to his name. Be generous with your time, your resources, and your talents. Look for ways to encourage and uplift those around you and be a source of hope and inspiration to those who are struggling. There will be moments when the enemy tries to convince you that you are not capable of fulfilling the assignment God has given you. He will remind you of your weaknesses, your shortcomings, and your limitations. But remember, God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9 declares, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." You do not have to rely on your own strength. God will give you the strength, wisdom, and courage you need to fulfill his purpose for your life. When you feel weak, lean on his strength. When you feel inadequate, remember that he has equipped you for every good work. When you feel afraid, trust that he is with you, guiding and protecting you every step of the way. As this shift begins to unfold, be prepared for unexpected opportunities and divine connections. God will bring the right people into your life at the right time, people who will encourage your faith, support your vision, and help you fulfill your purpose. But you must be willing to step out of your comfort zone and seize the opportunities that come your way. Do not allow fear or doubt to hold you back. Trust that if God has opened a door, He will also give you the strength and wisdom to walk through it. Even if you do not feel ready, step out in faith and trust that God will meet you there. This shift will also require you to stay focused and disciplined. Distractions will come, and the enemy will try to pull you away from your purpose. But stay focused on what God has called you to do. Do not allow the opinions of others or the pressures of the world to derail your progress. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, and do not be swayed by fear, doubt, or temptation. Philippians 3:13-14 reminds us, "Forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forward to those things which are ahead, I press toward the goal, for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus." Keep pressing forward, no matter what obstacles you face. This shift will bring a level of favor and influence that you have never experienced before. Doors that were once closed will suddenly open, and opportunities that seemed out of reach will become accessible. But with this increase in favor comes a greater level of responsibility. God is not promoting you for your own benefit. He is promoting you so that you can be a light in the world and a vessel of His love and truth. Use the platform He gives you to glorify His name and advance His kingdom. Do not allow success to lead you away from the principles of humility, integrity, and compassion. Remember that true greatness is found in serving others, not in seeking status or recognition. Jesus Himself said in Mark 10:45, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give His life as a ransom for many." As God elevates you, keep your heart grounded in the spirit of servanthood. There will be moments when the magnitude of what God is calling you to do feels overwhelming. The enemy will try to convince you that you are not qualified or capable of handling the responsibilities that come with this new season. But remember, God's power is made perfect in your weakness. He does not expect you to rely on your own strength. He is your source of strength, wisdom, and courage. When you feel inadequate, lean on His grace. When you feel afraid, remind yourself that God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Trust that He will equip you with everything you need to fulfill the purpose He has placed before you. Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Hold on to this promise, and do not allow doubt to hold you back from stepping into what God has prepared for you. This shift will also bring a deeper level of spiritual maturity and intimacy with God. The trials and challenges you have faced were not meant to break you. They were meant to strengthen your faith and deepen your dependence on God. In this new season, you will find yourself walking in greater wisdom, discernment, and spiritual authority. You will hear God's voice more clearly, and you will have a greater sensitivity to the leading of the Holy Spirit. But this increased level of spiritual authority comes with a responsibility to stay rooted in God's Word and to live a life that reflects His character. Your relationship with God is the foundation of everything you do, and it is essential that you prioritize your time with Him. Do not allow the busyness of life to pull you away from prayer, worship, and studying the Scriptures. Psalm 119:105 reminds us, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." Stay grounded in His Word and let it guide every decision you make. As this shift unfolds, you will begin to see the fulfillment of promises that you have been waiting on for years. Prayers that you thought had gone unanswered will suddenly be answered in ways that exceed your expectations. God has not forgotten the desires of your heart. He has been preparing the perfect time to bring them to pass. But as these blessings begin to manifest, remember to give God the glory. It can be easy to take credit for our successes or to become focused on the blessings themselves, but never forget that every good and perfect gift comes from above. James 1:17 declares, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows." Keep your heart humble and your eyes fixed on the giver, not just the gifts. In this new season, God will also bring restoration to areas of your life that have been broken or lost. Relationships that seem beyond repair will be healed, dreams that were buried will be revived, and areas of lack will be replaced with abundance. What the enemy meant for harm, God will use for your good. Genesis 52:20 declares, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." The pain and setbacks you have experienced have not been in vain. They have been preparing you for the blessings and breakthroughs that are now coming your way. But as God restores what was lost, remember to steward those blessings with wisdom and gratitude. Do not take His provision for granted, and do not allow the blessings to distract you from your purpose. This shift will also bring clarity to areas of your life where there has been confusion or uncertainty. Decisions that once seemed difficult will become clear, and the path ahead will be illuminated by God's wisdom and guidance. Trust that He is ordering your steps and leading you toward the fulfillment of His perfect plan. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." Even when you do not understand why certain doors are closing or why certain relationships are ending, trust that God is aligning everything for your good. What may seem like a setback is often a setup for something greater. Do not cling to what God is asking you to release, and do not be afraid to step into the unknown. His plans for you are far greater than anything you could imagine. As you walk through this season of divine shift, be prepared for the unexpected. God is about to do things in your life that will leave you in awe of His power and goodness. Ephesians 3:20 declares, "Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us." What you are believing for is just the beginning. God has even greater things in store. But with these blessings comes the responsibility to remain faithful and obedient. Do not allow success to lead you away from the principles of faith, integrity, and humility. Stay rooted in God's Word and let His truth guide every decision you make. Surround yourself with people who will encourage your faith and hold you accountable to the calling God has placed on your life. And above all, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. He is the author and finisher of your faith, and He will lead you into the fullness of His purpose for your life. There will be moments when the enemy tries to derail you with distractions and temptations. But remember that you have the power to resist every attack of the enemy. James 4:7 declares, "Submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." When the enemy tries to fill your mind with fear, doubt, or insecurity, counter his lies with the truth of God's Word. Declare that you are more than a conqueror through Christ, and that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Stand firm in your faith, and do not give the enemy a foothold in your life. Stay vigilant and guard your heart and mind against anything that would pull you away from God's presence. As this shift continues to unfold, be intentional about cultivating a heart of gratitude. Gratitude is the key that unlocks joy and contentment in every season, even when things do not go as planned. Choose to thank God for His faithfulness and provision. Philippians 4:6-7 reminds us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what God has already provided, and it opens the door for even greater blessings. Take time each day to reflect on God's goodness and faithfulness, and let gratitude shape your perspective. In this season of divine shift, do not be afraid to dream big and step out in faith. God is not limited by your circumstances or your past. He is the God of the impossible, Luke 1:37 declares, "For with God nothing shall be impossible." Whatever dreams and desires He has placed in your heart, trust that He will bring them to pass in His perfect timing. But remember that faith requires action. Do not wait for the perfect conditions. Step out in obedience and trust that God will meet you where you are. Even if the path ahead is unclear, take the next step in faith and believe that God will guide you each step of the way. He is faithful to complete the good work He has begun in you, and He will lead you into a future filled with hope and purpose.